Take note, the leaders of the Sahel respond to this particular concern. Now, lovely people, there is a problem. Now, the second phase of the story is the interesting protest that is happening in Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso in regards to the passports. Welcome, family. Always happy having you on board. Thank you for choosing us. Finally, the long-awaited AES passport is now out. And lovely people, Ibrahim Traore became the first person to receive the Ecowas passport. The Sahel nation has finally exited Ecowas. As they are launching the passport, Ecowas is also giving a reply. And the AES, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso also set up a new plan B to counter Ecowas. It's interesting, but let's take it one after the other. Let's look at the official withdrawal from Ecowas. That's number one. So on January 29, 2025, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, confirmed the official withdrawal of Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso from the regional bloc ECOWAS. Now, the decision to leave ECOWAS, as we all know, was initially announced 1 year ago by the ruling military leaders. And over time, their government have distanced themselves from ECOWAS policies. These three nations no longer submit to ECOWAS policies since the announcement of their withdrawal because of ECOWAS inefficiency in handling security crises in West Africa, economic crisis, economic instability, and foreign influence. Now, the withdrawal of Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso marked the first instance of multiple members leaving ECOWAS since it was established or its formation in 1975. So in a move to strengthen their newly formed alliance, which is the AES, the Sahel nations have introduced a common passport which will replace the ECOWAS travel document and serve as a symbol of sovereignty and unity among the three countries. So let's move to the introduction of the AES passport. As part of their transition away from ECOWAS, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have developed a biometric AES passport, which will facilitate movement within their borders and reflect their new political alliance. On January 29, 2025, which is the same date ECOWAS was announcing their official withdrawal and giving them a reply, Burkina Faso's president, Captain Ibrahim Traore, became one of the first individuals to enroll for and receive the AES passport. His biometric data was processed in a formal ceremony and the passport was handed to him by the Minister of Security, Mahamadou Sana. So Ibrahim Traore, the leader of Burkina Faso, is the first person that received the passport, signaling the official launch of the passport. This new AES passport will gradually replace the ECOWAS branded travel document. The good thing is AES authorities have assured that ECOWAS passport will remain valid until their expiration date. Citizens of the three nations, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, are encouraged by the authorities to transition to the AES passport in the coming month as part of their efforts to consolidate their original identity. The AES authorities have stated that the new passport will come with enhanced security features, improved biometric data storage, and new tracking system to strengthen border control and national security measures. Now let's look at the response of ECOWAS and the ongoing recognition travel document, the challenges on board right now. Despite this big move of departure, ECOWAS reaffirmed their commitment to regional dialogue. They still want to dialogue with the AES. If probably they might convince them to come on board, they are emphasizing that their doors remains open to future negotiation with Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Now, as part of the response of ECOWAS made some good temporary move to ease the transition. ECOWAS has urged its member states, airlines, immigration services to continue recognizing ECOWAS branded passports and the identity cards issued to citizens of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger until further notice. Additionally, ECOWAS has recommended that visa-free and residency benefits remain unchanged for Sahelian citizens during an adjustment period. So it is not forever. And also, trade agreement and border movement to be maintained temporarily to avoid economic shock. Businesses and institutions operating in these countries, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, have also received guidance from ECOWAS on how to navigate the new regional framework. Now, something we need to understand, this is like soft exit. ECOWAS is kind of playing the big bro vibe. No one to give them or make it tough for them and kind of thing. So we can say this is a soft exit, and this period may not last indefinitely. And the three nations, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, could soon face stricter regulations, travel restrictions, and economic challenges if the masters of ECOWAS decide to press the remote. But AES have plan B to counter them. Just relax in your corner. Let's move forward. I'll pull everything out. Today, I'm not rushing. Now, the second phase of the story is the interesting protest that is happening in Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso in regards to the passport. The exit from ECOWAS has sparked widespread celebration in the three Sahel nations, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. They did something amazing, where many citizens view the withdrawal as a bold step towards self-reliance and independence from Western influence. On January 28th, before the official launch on January 29th, thousands of the citizens of these three countries took to the street of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, expressing support for their government's decision to leave ECOWAS and initiate a new passport. And one of the interesting things they did in some of the video is that they did a funeral for ECOWAS, where they lay ECOWAS down and cover it, and then they were doing funeral for ECOWAS, RIP to ECOWAS. In Niger, military officials led massive rally in the capital city, Niamey, where citizens chanted slogans against France President Emmanuel Macron and also criticized ECOWAS leadership of their biased attitude against the Sahelian nations. A similar demonstration took place in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, where the Prime Minister of Burkina Faso, Emmanuel, and other top government officials joined the citizens in celebrating this particular transition. Although Mali did not witness large-scale protests, but they are scheduling a big one in coming days in support of this initiative. Now, lovely people, there is a problem. Impact on trade, economy, regional integration, and unification. The withdrawal of Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso from ECOWAS is expected to have a far-reaching economic consequences, particularly in trade, market access, and supply chain operations. Let's just look at three key economic challenges that will be facing the Sahel nation if proper agreement is not met between ECOWAS and the AES. Number one, loss of duty-free trade benefit. As a non-ECOWAS members, the three countries may face higher tariff and custom duties when trading with ECOWAS countries. Number two, increased trade barriers. Without ECOWAS trade agreement, businesses in these countries may experience delay in import and export. Number three, limited access to coastal ports. As landlocked nations, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso rely on ports in Nigeria, Ghana, and Benin to import essential goods. Their exit from ECOWAS could result in higher transportation costs and logistical difficulties. These are the challenges if proper agreement is not met. Or in other way, we can say that if the masters of ECOWAS, you know them already, begin to press some buttons. In the face of all these possible difficulties, the AES have already initiated Plan B to counter this situation if it arises. The AES nations have initiated at establishing new trade alliance with Russia, China, Turkey, and the Middle Eastern countries to counterbalance the economic impact of leaving ECOWAS. The Sahel is not just moving without knowing what they are doing. They know what they are doing. Another question arises: travel and border controls. Will free movement continue? This is another question. Since the early 2000s, the ECOWAS passport has allowed us citizens visa-free movement across West Africa, granting us the right to stay in another member country for up to 3 months. With Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger no longer part of ECOWAS, there are concerns that West Africans may face difficulties traveling to the Sahel region without special permit. Cross-border trade and tourism may decline, affecting local economies. Longer processing time at border checkpoints could create logistical challenges for travelers and businesses. Take note, the leaders of the Sahel respond to this particular concern, so I'll bring it out. These concerns pop up because the AES passport aims to streamline travel between Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, ensuring unrestricted movement within their territories. But Ibrahim Traore, together with the rest of the leadership of Sahel, recently made it clear that their new passport will not become an instrument of stress to the rest of Africans. Proper arrangements are underway to make it easier and much more easier than before to the rest of Africans to come to the Sahel, move out, stay, do businesses without encountering any difficulties. Now, ECOWAS is still insisting on their 6-month grace period. In response to the withdrawal, ECOWAS stated again that they have granted 6-month grace period already, lasting until July 2025, to allow the three countries to reconsider their decision and possibly rejoin the bloc. They are dreaming. They are dreaming. Somebody say in the comment, they are dreaming. During this time, ECOWAS has pledged to engage in negotiation to prevent economic disruption develop alternative trade arrangements to maintain regional stability, minimize travel restrictions for the citizens of the departing nation. So lovely people, this is a new chapter of the Sahel nation. We African like you and I, we support this initiative and we hope for the best. Let me know your thoughts in the comment. Respect.